I'm Panda Hershey, and I help people improve and deepen their connection with themselves, the people in their lives, and their circumstances using a safe, playful method I call Reset. Welcome to the December 20th Coffee and Charts call, where we talk about how life is about to speed up when the calendar changes to 2024. You can be prepared if you follow expansiveness and hope, release expectations, and surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. If you can, allow some space in your day to respond to ideas that might arise on December 22nd and December 27th, because those are the days that Mercury crosses over the Sun and then crosses over Mars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, everyone, it is our final coffee and charts for 2023. What a year. And yet, there were so many great things that happened in spite of all the new things we all experienced. And so when we think about bringing it all together, we will be taking it into the new year to level up, because most of the year will be spent in that leveled up world. We will, because January 20th is the day that both Pluto and the Sun move into Aquarius, initiating that breaking through the status quo to like figure out something better, a system that's better. And we will get a few months in the fall to go back and try something new, not try something new, but like take our old systems and use them to maybe hop to a better like level up spot. So most of the year, though, will be spent in this new energy. And so things are starting to speed up right now. We've got the Mercury portal open. Mercury is in retrograde. And this whole portal since November 25th until January 20th is when we are trying to fill a gap in our current system or framework. We've had some ideas. Hopefully, other people have been giving you some input that you can use, or you've been working together. And right now, with Mercury in retrograde and the Sun marching steadily through the portal, it's like our opportunity to learn from trying out some of these ideas. And it's just baby steps, right? It's not a complete implementation, but it is giving it a try. And as we're going to talk about today, Mars is going to be marching through the portal also starting on December 24th. And so we are, and then Mercury will start moving forward on January 1st. So what we are headed into is a period of time for a few months where things are going to get very, very, very busy. And that is because so many things will start moving forward. And if you can at all recall the beginning of 2023, it was crazy with activity. And so using this Mercury portal to get yourself set up to like trust, because you might have to put your heart into a path where you don't have it all worked out, where you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. And that's the idea, is that, if you set yourself on a good path, if you're surrounded by people who bring out the best in you, it will be okay. And you're not alone. And let's go take a look at some of the details of what is coming up for us through the rest of the year and into 2024. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. So here we are on the 20th. And right now, we've got Venus here opposite the beginning, pardon me, of the Uranus portal. And this is a nice, like, few days of validation that the shifts that you are making, that you've been making since May, in terms of your tools or how you show up, are resonating with somebody. And it's a few days. Um, so Venus was opposite the Jupiter portal until just a couple days ago. Now it goes to opposite the Uranus portal. And that progression has meant someone out there making you feel like, yes, the tools or skills or presence that I've been developing since the summer were good. And it's enabling me to shift the way I show up. And so over those few days, just look for who's getting it. And that will help you keep going, because in January, there will be more shifts to come and you will be like rocking it until April and longer. We've also got, and there's not a slide on this in particular, but Mercury is moving backwards, so in the clockwise direction, and the sun is moving forward. And as you can see, they're going to meet up quite soon. And here is Mars getting very, very close to being in that portal at which begins at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay. On the 21st, tomorrow, Venus is exactly opposite Uranus. And on the 22nd, 2 days from now, on Friday, Mercury crosses over the sun at about half a degree of Capricorn. This happens with every Mercury portal, Mercury retrograde, where Mercury is going backwards and the sun is moving forward and they cross over. And it tends to be a very busy day. So, to the extent you can allow some space to respond quickly to any ideas that come up and try them out, you may be taking a baby step towards a framework that seems like a good option. And just, we never know what it is. And when we allow space, it gives us a chance to try it out. On the 23rd, Venus finishes being opposite the Uranus portal. And on the 24th, Mars goes into that Mercury portal at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. And it will take 3 weeks to move completely through that portal. And remember that Mars is about putting your heart into something. And keep in mind, the Mercury portal isn't done. Mercury hasn't even finished retrograding. The sun hasn't finished going through. So how in the world are you supposed to start putting your heart into something when there's so much like not clarity here? And that's where talking to the people around you, being aware of what has been going well with like the changes you've been making and the growth you've been making, and just keeping yourself on that trajectory and saying, this feels good, this feels expansive, this is what I'm going to try. And you'll be able to adjust as you need to as you move through that portal. Nothing on Christmas if you celebrate. How nice. On the 27th, that is the day that Mercury passes over Mars. Also, it's still going backwards. So a time to really think about what you are putting your heart into. There may be a discussion and a like recognition of, okay, this is the way. And at the same time, Chiron starts moving forward at 15.5 degrees of Aries. And Chiron is not a bad energy, but what it does do is ask us to release expectations, to acknowledge we don't have control, to say things could turn out in a way I never expected, and it can be awesome. Um, I went on a trip this summer where I was driving some cats down from Oregon to California. It's a very long drive. And I had no idea how this was going to turn out. And you know what? Those cats, they were amazing and awesome. And it went just fine. It was a great trip in spite of the rain. And, wow, when we just trust and we surround ourselves with the people we care about, it really can turn out more amazing than you ever thought possible. You go. On the 30th is the day that the sun finishes moving through that Mercury portal. And thinking about what you've learned, what you've tried out, will also help inform the direction that you want to commit to and put your heart into. And then on the last day of the year, December 31st, that's the day that Jupiter starts moving forward. And so this begins a few months of continuing the growth that you experienced over the summer. You've hopefully set yourself up in a position where, you've been using this Mercury portal to fill a gap in your framework. And by doing so, this will allow further growth, whatever that's going to look like. Perhaps deeper, perhaps wider, but it will be growth um, in the same energy of developing tools, presence, skills that become part of you, and opportunities will open up for that. Then on the 1st is the day that Mercury starts moving direct. So 3 weeks of moving one more time through 22 degrees Sagittarius up to 8.5 degrees of Capricorn. And this is where the clarity comes. And so notice we've had three things start moving forward in a very short amount of time. Mercury, Jupiter, Chiron, soon Uranus will, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Venus, the sun is always moving forward, and Mars, they're all moving forward. And all this forward movement is what makes life feel so fast. And so just make sure you rest up over these holidays during this Mercury retrograde period to really sit with the energy and get yourself positioned for growth and a new world in the new year. And then on the 3rd, we will meet again. Okay, let's go back one more time. And one of the things you'll notice is Mercury crossing over the Sun and Mars as they are marching through that portal. We don't always have Mercury crossing over Mars during a Mercury retrograde, but this is this is, they're all different. And this is one of those times where we get additional clarity. So that's something to watch, is that as Mercury is moving backwards to 22 degrees of Sagittarius, it will cross over the sun, then cross over Mars. And that's something that's visible. So here we go. And there you have it. Okay. So the actions that you take until December 30th are helping you decide how to put your heart into a plan, into a potential new framework, even before you have all the details ironed out. And as long as you can create curiosity around it, release expectations, recognize, and as one of my coaches says, that the future is anything but certain, and follow what feels expansive and hopeful. You'll be on your way to the next level. So once again, from December until the 3rd, we're already in the portal, sorry, where the sun is, marching. I'm so sorry. The sun is marching through the Mercury portal, and we have until the 30th to pay attention to what we're doing and how it's helping us figure out what the structure of our kind of framework, or how we're filling a hole in our framework, is going to best work out. From the 20th to the 23rd, so from today until Saturday, Venus is opposite the Uranus portal. It is exact tomorrow. So where are you getting that validation that whatever changes you're making in the way you show up, in the ways that you've shifted using your tools, your presence, your resources, is working in your favor, is helping you get to the next level? Because this is why these changes are happening, is to get you there. On the 22nd, Mercury crosses over the sun at a half a degree of Capricorn. So what system or framework might come up in an idea or a conversation and that you can try out? Who knows what that might be? But if you allow space, then you'll possibly be able to act on it and give it a try. From the 24th to the 15th is when Mars is marching through that Mercury portal. So it's putting your heart into an idea and then a framework before you have all the details worked out. But you're still getting information as you go along. Mars moves a little more slowly, so you can adjust as you go along. But again, as I mentioned, listening to the people around you, listening to yourself and what feels expansive and feels hopeful and taking you to the next level is going to be helpful in choosing where to put your energy. Mercury and Mars cross over each other on the 27th. So potentially another busy day. And on the 27th is the day that Chiron starts moving forward. And it's calling on us to release our expectations about how things will turn out, and to prepare for pleasant surprises. Then on the 31st, we've got Jupiter moving forward, your second chance to grow again, a second phase of growth to deepen or widen whatever you grew over the summer. And then on January 1st, Mercury moves forward. So that's when we start getting very busy. Do get ready, rest up now, and that will be your second chance to clarify your path moving forward.
Can you move the sorry, Panda, can you go back to that and move the cursor down?
Yes.
Thanks. Sorry.
Move it over. Yep. Good. That's for everybody. Thank you. All right. So life is going to start speeding up soon after the new year begins, just to prepare you. Anything that needs taken care of that you could take care of now before the end of the year, I do recommend trying to tackle that as much as possible, because other things will start to come in that call your energy and attention, and this will help you not feel so overwhelmed by all the activity moving forward. If you pay attention now to what feels expansive, fills a gap in your system, and allows you to grow again like you did in the summer, choices that align these things will help you stay on your path and get to that next level, because this is really the goal of this whole year, was to do that. That's why you grew your tools. That's why you've been restructuring. That's why you surrounded yourself by a small cohort of people who understand what you're going through. That's why you were appreciated for what you have to offer. That's why you worked so hard in the fall to hone whatever it is you cultivated and integrated over this fall. So remember that the future is not certain. And if you release expectations, surround yourselves with people who bring out the best with you, you will be best positioned to flow with what's coming in the new year. So, hope that's helpful. Min, any thoughts?
Sorry about not having the microphone muted then. People walking by being part of the thing. Thank you. It really feels like that's how December is being, all of the things you're talking about, and I guess I'm going to try to make it curiosity rather than trepidation for the uncertainty going forward.
I like that word, trepidation. You may see it in one of my posts or something. Thank you for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's at the top of my mind because it's kind of like trying to bubble out.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, you bet. Thanks so much for being here. A happy new year to everyone and happy holidays. I can't wait to see you in 2024. We will have a new Zoom link for 2024. So please, if you'd like to join us and have been using the old link, be sure to look out for that email, and I'll probably send it out again, maybe twice. And so thank you for joining me on this journey. I love doing this work, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's just fun for me. So, all
Yeah.
right. Take care.
Thank you.
I hope you feel prepared to move easily through these next 2 weeks. It has been so much fun to share coffee and charts with you. And as one of my coaches says, the future is anything but certain. But I hope that being part of these calls has helped you find a path that is hopeful and expansive and helps you surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. If you'd like to work more closely with me in 2024, just shoot me an email at panda@yourfullexpression.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the new year.